The following is a presentation of iRacing on PTR TV. We'd like to thank all of our channel partners for their support. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and we hope you enjoy today's broadcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Week 13. It's Week 13 in iRacing. It's Week 13 in Elbows Out. The official season is over, so it's time for some fun. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is indeed Elbows Out Racing. You are not at the wrong race. You're not at the wrong time. You're not at the wrong stream. You're not at the wrong anything. You are here, and we're racing at USA International for what's going to be some fun. It's myself, Brad, and as always, it's the great duo here at Elbows Out. I'd argue the best team of any teams that exist. It's myself, Brad, joined along with Patrick. Patrick, sir, good evening. Happy Wednesday. How are you?
I am very excited to be here. Multi-class racing around an oval, it just sounds ridiculous, and I think it's going to be ridiculously fun, both for the drivers and us here in the booth. Like always, it's always fantastic being here at Elbows Out Racing with you, with this amazing league, and yeah, we're definitely going to put the fun into fun race here tonight.
That we are. 30 minutes of qualifying is now live, and yes, I did indeed say 30 minutes of qualifying is live. We're joining in a few minutes in. We gave some drivers some time to join in, and you can see it right there on the top left, about 15 minutes left to go. And well, here's what's interesting. We got only two classes to run. It's LMP2s. It's GT3s here around USA International. No pros, no AMs, no splits. It is just action to be found. So we're going to let the music play in the background. We're kind of just doing an impromptu hangout session here for the first little bit. I hope you all don't mind. We're going to have some fun. We're going to give some hot takes on some interesting topics and just kind of enjoy what the drivers can do here. So following along with different drivers, kind of talking about the last season as a whole, and we'll kind of briefly discuss how next season is going to go as well. Let's start out here with drivers that I feel like really deserve to get the shout out. We're going to go over our championship from the end of last season and make sure we give the love to who needs to be given love to. First place, Parker Chiapuzzo. I don't see him here, of course. Ethan Murphy, GT AM champion. Where is Ethan Murphy? Is Ethan Murphy racing today? Is Ethan Murphy's name in my long list of names here? I don't see Ethan Murphy here yet, but still plenty of time to join. And then, of course, it was Matt Toppin who got third place in the GT3 AM Championship. And I don't see Matt Toppin here tonight either. So taking the Week 13 serious. Going through GT3 Pros, it was Stenik, it was Bourdon in second place, and it was Paul Nye, the donut guy, who got third. And then, of course, in the LMP2 standings, Peridotto, Costa, Garcia. We do have Peridotto here, and we do have Aiden Garcia here running through. Patrick, kind of give me your thoughts on the last season as a whole. We'll get into next season here in a little bit, but kind of give me your thoughts on last season as a whole as it ran.
Last season in general was a fantastic season. We saw some excellent battles, some high stakes moments, some really good passing. I mean, I still think about that Road Atlanta battle, the three-way battle for the lead of GT3 Pro involving Paul Nye, the donut guy. And I mean, that was such an amazing battle, but we had some really fun races. We went to so many great tracks. And I think the LMP2 switch, I was sort of sad to see the GTPs go, but I think with the LMP2s, we saw some fantastic racing, especially from some of the newcomers who joined in partway through the season, like Luke Patrick, for example. He put on some pretty good performances. Kale Haugen also did very well. And of course, the race winner from the season finale of Dylan. I mean, so many fantastic drivers, and it was really interesting to see how some of those drivers who were in that GT3 AM category, who graduated to the GT3 Pros, and see how well they fared. Overall, it was a fantastic season.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. The season was so much fun to go through. So many ups and downs and all the way arounds, and kind of getting to see different unique aspects happen this season that we really haven't gotten to see before. So it was a lot of fun to watch all the way through here as we see, well, how this race is going to go. It's going to be exciting. That's about all I got. Looking at next season. Next season's schedule is tentatively out. I can tell you there are a couple things that are kind of on the undecided, but we do know week 1, Sebring. Now, I'm excited for Sebring, and I will tell you I have made a personal request for a sunrise or a sunset race at Sebring. Do I guarantee that's going to happen? Heck no. But did I ask for it? You bet your bottom dollar, because why would I not?
I mean, Florida sunsets and sunrises, coming from a native Floridian, they are second to just about nobody when it comes to just how pretty the sunsets and the sunrises are. I mean, if you're going to get a sunset in any part of the U.S., then it might as well be Florida, especially Central Florida, because Central Florida does have some really nice sunsets. And I mean, you put it at a very good track too, a very historic track for multi-class racing of Sebring. It's tough, it's bumpy, and a ton of fun to watch.
That it is. And then, of course, from there, we'll run week 2, which week 2, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be, as I try to find somebody who's out and about on track, running, having some fun here. Week 2 on track will be the Autodromo Internacional de Mugello. And then it's Road Atlanta for week 3, Autodromo Internacional Enzo e Dino Ferrari Imola, week 4. Algarve, and then Circuit Barcelona Catalunya. Now, this is one I personally voted for, so I'm very excited to see Barcelona on the calendar. And then Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. Everyone knows what that is, right? Do I need to define Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez? It's only a big deal. I'm not going to define it.
The newest. I was going to say, it's also only the newest track to come to the iRacing platform.
It's one of many new additions to iRacing with this 2025 Season 4 build. One of them being on your screen just ahead of Paul Nye here in that number 32. We've seen several of them. No surprise. It is, well, it's the Aston Martin. It's the AMR, which... no surprise to see a lot of drivers rocking the AMR GT3 here as we go. Just under 11 minutes to go in qualifying. And then it's Autodromo Nacional Monza. And then it's a community vote, which is currently pending. But I will tell you right now, the way it stands, the current lead on the vote is the Red Bull Ring, which... I mean, I voted for the Red Bull Ring, so, I mean, I'm super cool with it. And then it's Daytona, which I have made a request for. I don't think we're going to get it. I know we're not going to get it, but I still requested it. Oh, there's a hip check from Paul Nye. And then we will be taking off round 11. Now, round 11 is the day before Thanksgiving, so I am not surprised to see that we are taking that off. Admin did have a vote. There were some options about, do we take that off? Do we add an extra drop week? Do we extend the week? Or extend the season a week and still have 12 runs. Ultimately, it was decided that round 11 will be a fun race on the day before Thanksgiving, and then the final round to be decided because from what I understand, nobody in the back can agree to what the final round should be, and they voted on it and it tied. So with that being said, final round, who knows where we're going to be at, but that's the full season finally for 2025 Season 4. Couple of little asterisks there that we're not for sure on, but I really think 2025 Season 4 is going to absolutely, how do you say, it's going to slap. It's going to be great.
I mean, you pretty much, just like last season, it was just pretty much banger after banger for tracks. I'm really interested to see how some of these circuits play, because I mean, we've had some of these circuits on the calendar in the past. Road Atlanta last season was amazing, and actually the first PTR TV race that I did was at Algarve International Circuit, also known as Portimao. So that'll be a fun blast from the past. Hermanos Rodriguez is definitely the one I'm really excited for, because I always thought that what is otherwise known as the Mexican Grand Prix, if you're a fan of Formula One, would be a really interesting track for multi-class racing, and now I get to actually see how that goes. Lots of good tracks for multi-class racing here. Imola is a track that I like for multi-class racing, not so much for Formula One, but for multi-class racing it is fantastic. I mean, I can't pick a track on here that I say that is not a banger of a circuit on this calendar.
I definitely think it's going to be good. I'm very excited to see how it goes. I just want to point out that it is showing me that Sandy here is on wet tires. I don't know if that's accurate. I'm going to assume it's accurate. Actually, I know it's accurate looking at the tire. Why? You know what? This is a fun race. Why am I overanalyzing this? This is a fun race. This is going to be a race that is going to be absolute carnage. Let's be real here.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, should we also just talk about how there is not a singular rule aside from have fun on this racing track? Also, there's no way of forcing any sort of weight reduction like we kind of saw from Maxwell Woodman C there. Looks like he snapped off his rear wing, then it just got surgically reattached. I'm already looking forward to this race, and we're only still in the qualifying session.
So the official announcements are as follows. This is me reading directly from the announcement when this race was announced. Damage, off. Cautions, nuh-uh. Rules, 0. Setups, run what you brung. And also, I do want to point out one more time, with just under 7 minutes to go, this is qualifying technically. This is the open qualifying session that they're running, and we're at 27 drivers in session. I would like to point that out and make sure that we're all aware of that, because that is absolutely wild.
I know we've seen more drivers partake in the in-season races when there's points online, but I mean, granted, trying to fit 40 cars or sometimes even close to 50 cars on an oval, even if they are all in the same class, is, let's just say it's not advised. I mean, this is less than a mile long in diameter at this circuit. I mean, but still, 27 drivers in 2 different categories here around this about quarter of a mile long oval. It's going to be chaos as is, and I'm honestly really looking forward to it. No rules, full fun, and I'm expecting at least 4 cars to go airborne.
I think your guesstimations on how many cars are going to go airborne is just right in there. Weather conditions as it stands right now, I don't know why this is showing in metric. Let's fix that really quick. 82 degree Fahrenheit, 88 degree track temp, 7 miles an hour. Wind partly cloudy, 62 degree humidity, 7 p.m. Live time here. Actually, not live time, a couple hours behind live time here in beautiful Florida. Of course, USA International, for those of you unfamiliar, is a track that does not exist anymore. Why does this track not exist anymore? It was torn down in 2012. Why was it torn down in 2012? Well, it was torn down the same reason a lot of cars are torn down in and around the nation. People develop, and I hate it. I want to fight somebody for it. That's a podcast topic of which we keep saying we're going to do and has not officially been done yet. With that being said, tons of drivers having great times around here. LMP2s carving their way through. 4 minutes, 45 seconds left to go. This is going to be wild. Like, I think we all know this is going to be wild, but I'm just now starting to grasp with 27 cars here how wild this is going to get.
It was always like probably the main quote of the season, if you will, of traffic giveth and traffic taketh away. I think this time it is traffic giveth, and traffic can just send you straight to the stratosphere around this oval. We are here in Lakeland, Florida, not super far away from the Kennedy Space Center. Some cars might get a first-class trip straight to the Kennedy Space Center with our prediction of cars getting sent airborne, but yeah, it's still going to be really interesting. It'd be even more treacherous if there is rain here at the circuit. It is Central Florida after all. But I think with 27 cars going around this oval, I think we have enough chaos in store.
Don't wish for that. Why would you wish for that? I don't think that's going to happen, but...
It's a fun race. We want chaos here.
Okay, you know what? That's valid. I kind of don't disagree with that one at all. You know what? You bring good points. You bring good reasoning all the way around. Thank you.
If this was a points-paying race, then I would definitely be against rain. But since it's a fun race, drivers are here to have fun. You're definitely going to see some drivers punch each other to the wall on purpose. I mean, why not? There's no penalties involved, so it's not like it's going to hurt your standings in the season, or throughout the league, I should say. Some drivers might be a bit salty, but...
You know what? That's fair enough. Yeah. This is, if there's a race where you ever wanted to wreck a driver through the season and you didn't because of points, now's the time to probably just dump somebody. And honestly, I won't be surprised to see that happen at least once. We've got a lot of drivers here that we could see do that. Let's just, yeah. Also, if you're here and you're expecting the best commentary on the planet, the most professional commentary ever, we've kind of talked about this over the last few weeks over on Triple Bypass. This is going to be the emphasis of have fun because it's week 13. Yeah, this is going to be the have fun commentary moment for me and Patrick. Me and Corey have had a few of these lately. I think it's time for me and Patrick to get to just cut loose and have fun. It's much deserved after what's been a wild past few weeks.
100%. I mean, it's been hardcore racing. It's still been a lot of fun. Do not misunderstand me. I mean, I always look forward to Wednesday nights just to get to see these talented drivers take on these beautiful 1 hour or 90-minute races sometimes. But tonight, it's all about fun. We're going to have hot takes. There's going to be hot action on the track in probably one of the hottest states in the country. Not the hottest, because recently I was in Arizona and I really understood what heat was at that time. But I think it's still going to be a lot of fun for the both of us here in the booth. There's going to be jokes. You're going to hear us laugh quite a bit probably, I'd imagine. Especially if my prediction does come true of some cars getting sent to orbit. But yeah, if you're here expecting the most educational commentary, not this week, I'm afraid. But if you want to see 2 commentators and 27 drivers having a ton of fun, then you're definitely in the right place.
100% agree with that. You know what's really interesting to me? Dwight Hibbs' best lap is a 19.803. The slowest LMP2 on track is still running a 19 flat. So we already know that there is a pace differential to be found. And, well, welcome to short track racing, ladies and gentlemen. You're about to see me have some fun and call things back to my wonderful Southern grassroots. Here is where we're going with some short track race calls to go through. Even though I started my commentary career in Formula One, so yeah, we just don't talk about that. 10 seconds left to go in qualifying, and then we'll run you through the grid. 100-lap race coming at you here shortly. It's gonna be wild to watch, though. Let's see. And checkered flag is out on qualifying. Does anybody have last-second times to find? Is my question. And my answer is a resounding no So we're going to go ahead and pull up the grid and walk the grid down as we get going. And it's not the push for the championship 90, so ignore that. Eric Wineland, Cody Perodato, Kale Haugen, Aiden Garcia, Matthew Marin, and Maxwell Woodman C. The 6 LMP2s taking on a whole sea of cars. Dwight Hibbs in GT3 with Kylan Bruce, Brandon Burns, Benjamin Bechtel, Zachary Nerney, Peter Nodwell. From there, it's Gregory Carnathan, and then Paul Nye Sr., Nathan Hemperly, Derek Rice, Aaron Clayball, David Moore, Seth Gosnell, Wyatt Kennedy, Emily Milkey, Andrew Wedderburn, Kyle O'Grady, Daniel Pinero, Philip Kieser, Martin Merkfa, and Sandy Shilanovic are all of your cars taking on this race today. No cautions, no damage, no rules. Run what you brung and don't suck. And this is oval racing at its finest. And this is, again, just week 13 fun coming at you live here on PTR TV. Who's gonna win?
I mean, ooh, personally, I want to see Eric Wineland in that Spike car win. That's just my personal pick, but I mean, it's kind of hard to count out Cody Perodato considering how dominant him and his teammate have been throughout the regular season. But unlike the normal road courses that we've been to throughout the season, this is an oval, so it's kind of tricky to predict who's going to win here. But I think it's still going to be Cody Perodato.
I'm going to be interested to see if it is Cody Perodato or someone else, or, you never know. We are pacing, though, is what I do know. And yeah, that's great commentary coming from me. Eric Wineland here in the lead. Cody Perodato through. Let's see how everyone paces out. Shouldn't be gaps or anything crazy going on. We should just be pacing as one big, large field. Again, no rules. Run what you brung here. And a little bit of common sense. And yes, the drivers did get the memo. Pace is a field here. Eric Wineland leading everyone off in that number 2 Spike paint scheme car with the Devil Beaters car of Cody Perodato to the high side. 100 laps of action coming at you here, and we will be running this very, very quickly. Should be about 30 minutes of action, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how it goes here. Cody Perodato to the high line, Eric Wineland to the lone line. Pace car is going to bring him around for one more lap, and then we're green.
Indeed. We have a massive gaggle of cars here. Ready to go, ready to have some fun, ready to go real fast and real left here for 100 laps around USA International Speedway. It's going to be a ton of fun for us and the drivers. I'm sure these guys are going to be having an absolute blast. I was always curious about how multi-class racing would do in an oval, but now, if you're also curious about that, we're both going to learn together how much fun that this is going to be. Really looking forward to it as the pace car does come around the last corner.
This is going to be a lot of fun here. Let's see how the race start goes. LMPs are ready to go. They're checking up. They're going to come out through the restart zone. We are green. We are going. Dwight Hibbs already diving down low, trying to get a run through. LMP2s are going to get away. Up front, it is going to be Eric Wineland who gets the run ahead here, going through against Cody Perodato. But Eric Wineland going to drop back here and drops all the way back to third, back in the background. I mean, we've had carnage off the start. Look at that. That is Benjamin Bechtel completely gone, getting shoved through. Nathan Hemperly is down. Paul Nye Sr. is down. But up front, Cody Perodato. Oh, that spin. God, Eric Wineland going through. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is more of what to expect, because this is wild is what this is.
Well, I think I broke the record for the fastest commentator's curse, or one of the fastest commentator's curses out there. I said I would love to see Eric Wineland get a win, and then he just gets absolutely destroyed out there on lap 3 out of 100 as we check in on board with the GT3s, and there's a spin from one of the Acuras in the background. DHL, that package is getting very damaged as he takes a spin here through turn 2, or turn 1. Oh, the Devil Beaters car getting beaten up out there.
Cody Perodato spinning around now. That's not going to be ideal for him as he goes through. I mean, look at this coming around. Everybody continuing to go through. And I'm going to tell you something wild. It's a GT3 and P3 right now of Zachary Nerney as Aiden Garcia dives to the inside going through. That is going to be a pass for position as we go through. Kylan Bruce giving some challenge to Seth Gosselin. Eric Wineland making his way around Daniel Pinero there as they go through with Kel Hagen just behind Matthew Martin. Also making a way through Matthew Marin, my apologies, going through. But Cody Perodato trying to catch up here very quickly to Maxwell Woodmansee, trying to get a run through and make a way forward. Let's see here down the inside. Can Perodato get the pass? He's spun. He's done everything. He gets blocked behind a car. They get wiggled. Coming through. That's around. That was the 054.
Oh!
Ho, ho, ho. All right. Well,
these drivers are definitely having fun out here. As we see Cody Perodato having a better punting average than some of the NFL punters here in week 1. Very good stuff there. Fun to see. These drivers are having fun. The Stewarts will have absolutely not a singular thing to do tonight, as all these drivers are just here having fun, as Emily Milkey is going to go ahead and make their way around the circuit. Going to go ahead and put pressure, or at least try to put pressure. I think more importantly, just trying to stay out of the walls, or just line themselves up to get a good shunt in on someone. And speaking of good shunts.
Oh, that is going to be Maxwell Woodmansee going off there. That is with Benjamin Bechtel, the number 28 Aston Martin, coming together there. And Woodmansee having a little bit of connection issues here, blinking in and out as they go. And that is going to make things interesting here as we see everything through. Getting timing updated and set through, getting an idea of who's where. And well, this race is literally a race of survival here. Right now, Kylan Bruce running P5, trying to battle it out. Sandy Soljavanek again up into P8 from starting at the back of the field against Dwight Hibbs here, just ahead, who is right on the back of Andre Wedderburn. But your leader, Cody Perodato, 3.5 seconds up right now on lap 11 of 100. And that's probably why, because Aiden Garcia just spun.
Aiden Garcia getting a little sideways there, just goes in and rejoins the track. Gonna go ahead and get back going here again very soon. Zachary Nerney in the lead in class. Second place overall in a GT3 car. Not for long, as Woodmansee is going to go ahead and try to get a move done here up the inside. I'm pretty sure Zachary Nerney is still going to try to get a nice little punt in, trying to get his punting average up for maybe a career as a NFL kicker if he decides that sim racing isn't his gig. But considering how good he's been doing, I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. But we do have two LMP2 cars going side by side, and we'll see if both of them survive. Eric Wineland does get the pass through. I was honestly kind of half expecting another shunt, but I'm sure we'll go in here very, very soon, as Maxwell Woodmansee is still pretty much closing in. But now we have a few cars battling it out here, soon to be actually physically battling it out, like prime Mike Tyson versus prime Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, this is Andre Wedderburn, Sanji Soljanovic going through. Up here, Matthew Marin trying to get past really quick on Seth Gosnell, doing so. And Zach Nerney, I mean, look at the defense he was putting on Kel Hagen. Now, Zach Nerney has been racing in triple bypass racing on Sunday nights in their Nichols Oil Pros Cup Series. So no surprise to see Nerney dueling it out here on an oval track. He does very well at turning left, can do pretty well at turning right every once in a while when he really puts his mind to it here, as we have these LMP2s battling it out here. Aiden Garcia, Kel Hagen, and again, Maxwell Woodmansee, the Houdini, finding his way through as the Chick-fil-A car is starting to look a little less appetizing as we go through lap 17 of 100, looking at approximately 24 more minutes of racing going through.
24 minutes of carnage, and it's going to be good racing, but definitely a lot of carnage here, as Kel Hagen is going to try to put some pressure and go right at the gearbox as the DHO car is damaging more packages around the circuit. Kel Hagen trying to get an overall podium in this fun race, as I believe we have lost liveries temporarily, but should be back here soon. Oh, and another spin from the Acura. The Acura is looking very slidey, as we do get our liveries back, as we are on lap 19 out of 100. Wyatt Kennedy now not having the greatest of races, but luckily for him, it is not a points paying race at all, It's just for fun. He's trying to damage as many packages as humanly possible here in that DHL Acura. But Kale Haugen is going to go ahead and continue to stay within the slipstream of Aiden Garcia just up the road ahead. Coming out of the corner, he's going to put the pedal to the metal, and then to the surprise of everybody here, he makes a left-hand turn.
And do you know what he's going to do now? He makes another left-hand turn. And repeat that on and on as we go through here. Riding on board with Cal Hagen really quick going through. Is going to try to look low. Still trying to force a move on Aiden Garcia and get a pass done. Now, one of the things that I don't know if these drivers have talked about or thought about or have been warned about is, that was the DHL car again. Not having a good time as we go through. One of the things I don't know if these drivers have thought about, to be honest with you, is the fact that, well, I don't know who that was off the exit of 2. That's the number 4. Let's just hold this. Oh my gosh. I'm glad this is a no damage race.
Yeah, so he can just pretty much just spin that around. He can wait for another gag on the cars to just pull out again and cause even more carnage.
Is he doing that?
I mean,
oh no, he's being polite.
He's being responsible. Personally, I would have just waited for a gag on the cars and just pulled out in front of a bunch of people. Personally, in this kind of race, not in a regular race, I will say, but if I was the Aston Martin, I would have waited for a gaggle of cars to act like half of Florida and just turn in front of someone without using a turn signal.
I mean, you are a Florida man, so nothing surprises me there with that as we watch. Look at the amount of cars just hitting the wall on the exit of 2 as they go through. Now off the exit of 4. I mean, we could watch this too because, I mean, they're still doing the same thing here. Oh, that was the number 31 in Nerney who just decided to use the wall to take the... Goodness gracious me. What a line to take out of 4. But, I mean, I guess if it's no damage and you run what you brung, you might as well do it here as we see battles continuing along here. Cal Hagen still putting pressure in as we see them just carving through traffic.
Boop.
Now, Kel, that is a way to get through, but I don't know if I recommended doing that as they go. Drivers starting to pit in. It looks like we've lost a couple of drivers. We've lost Peter Nodwell. We've lost Martin Merkva from this race. It does look like Gregory Carnathan has pit in as well. I don't know if that means Gregory is out, but has at least pit in for some form or reason. Let's see. It looks like tires and fuel and back out here. So interesting decision. Not sure what the logic would have been. I thought they would make it on fuel, but maybe I'm wrong.
I think that just adds another layer of potential carnage out of pit exit, because the thing about ovals is you pretty much just get thrown right back into the action, almost right on the apex of the corner. So you could just go right in and start bowling and just start knocking people around, as Eric Weiland is getting a very strong bump draft from the Aston Martin there. As one Aston Martin punts another, it's Aston on Aston violence here as we go ahead and get through lap number 32 out of 100 here. Kjell Haugen, we'll see if he's going to go ahead and send some other cars to the Shadow Realm as Aiden Garcia gets around the Hot Wheels Mustang of Paul and I. We'll see how this one is going to continue on. Aiden Garcia is going to just line up. Now, normally when we were thinking about lining cars up, you want to line up a pass. In this case, actually, I think Aiden Garcia might be lining up a pass. I know in this race, we're going to see a lot of drivers line up the most beautiful of shunts. Do you think if there's no rules during the regular season, do you think this is how the LMP2s would just try to get through, is just punt a GT3 car?
Yes, and it would be egregious. So I think if admin ever wanted to absolutely troll everyone and just turn off damage and turn off rules, they could do it, and it would be interesting to watch here. So I don't recommend it because, again, good racing, but, you know, they could. One of the things that we didn't talk about in the pre-race that I do want to touch on is cautions for next season. There are going to be yellow flags on full course yellows next season. And Patrick, I want to get your thoughts on that because I'm excited for it personally to see full course yellows and restarts become a possibility and kind of add a layer to the strategy. What do you think?
I think that is a fantastic idea because, I mean, we've seen some races where some drivers just get such a strong gap, and I believe it was Max Poe in, I want to say, GT3 AMP at Mosport about in the middle part of the season, and he had such a strong gap. If there was a full course caution, it could really back the field up, and we could see entire race dynamic shift at the drop of a hat when these full course yellows come out. So I'm honestly in favor of the change.
I think it's going to be a welcome addition. It's going to kind of encourage drivers to sort of use their brain a bit more. So we'll just have to wait and see how they actually do it and implement it through the season. There is a little bit of testing that still needs to go on, a couple of things that need to be finalized, and then it will be fully implemented. So keep your eyes on that. We'll talk about it more in week 1, of course. So it'll be a lot of fun keeping up with battles all the way up, down, and around the track here. Matthew Marin's still trying to put some pressure in. We've got a lot of drivers kind of mixed up all over the track right now, just continuing to run laps here as they go. It's lap 40 of 100, 40 laps down, 60 laps to go. And still, Cody Perodato has the lead, but not nearly as much as he did.
Yeah, Eric Weiland is getting some pretty good slipstreams off some of these GT3 cars, and a bit of a good slide there too, as he tries to get past the Hot Wheels Mustang. A little too hot for him to handle at this stage of the race, although I'm pretty sure Spike is a fire-breathing dragon, so interesting how that dynamic kind of works. It looks like Eric Weiland is just trying to practice his bump drafting. Maybe he'll join Zach and Ernie over at Triple Bypass Racing sometimes, because he is certainly getting a good amount of practice with bump drafting here tonight.
Part of me watches this, and I have to remember that this is a fun race, because there's so many things throwing me off at the same time to watch, like everyone hitting the wall on the exits and everything, and I'm just like, you're going to destroy your car, you can't run like that. And then I remember it's a fun race with no damage where, yes, you can literally just drive the walls off the thing and not care, and that's frankly what they're doing, and it's kind of fun to watch, I'm not going to lie. As Eric Wineland, I mean, you want to talk about sending a car off out of the way, has done so, because, yeah, he's got the 523 right there for company of Maxwell Woodmansee. Now, Maxwell is in P6 right now, but would love to get around here, go through, because he is actually a lap down on the leader, which is kind of crazy to say that Maxwell Woodmansee is a lap down currently as it stands. Cody Perodato here is just coming up right now to put another lap down on Derek, or not Derek Rice, but I don't actually know who that is. He's putting another lap on. A lot of cars are a lot of laps down, and there's the 117 of Derek Rice giving a bit of the bumper to Philip Kieser, getting his way around, doing a good job. Matthew Marin putting some pressure in on Cal Hagen now. And again, Eric Wineland just bump drafting the living daylights out of a Mustang GT3.
He must be practicing for some sort of NASCAR race, because that's the only other series that I know where you see a ton of bump drafting. Or maybe he's just doing it for the lulz about it. Something I was actually thinking about earlier is we were playing some very fun music earlier, as we see another very fun example of bump drafting that goes very sideways, as much as Eric Wineland's spike, and he goes from one sideways motion to the other, and now he's just going to go in and pull back around, surprisingly not hitting anybody. But this is such an interesting race, because sometimes my mind is going to like, well, that's not going to do you any favors, but then I got to remember, you don't have to do yourself any favors, as another one hits the wall. That is the LMP2 of Marin going to give the wall a little love tap, adding some new pinstripes to the walls here at USA International Speedway.
Yeah, it's there. I'm really. That's the DHL car sitting backwards yet again. Dwight Hibbs here, putting some pressure on Kyle O'Grady. Oh boy, goes down low, gets through. Mustang of the Daniel Pinero coming out of the pits there as he goes. Plenty of great battles happening. Look at this right now. Kel Hogg and Eric Wineland going right there around, trying to work their way through the Chick-fil-A. Gonna get Chick-fil sold around. It's not Sunday, but I tell you what, he probably wishes it was because he just got sick. And that is Aaron Clayball, who just absolutely took that through. He's got a livery. I'm not sure why that's doing that. Maybe that's why he got sent off. As Maxwell Woodmansey picked up a very weird penalty, which is unfortunately going to be speeding through pit lane.
That's rough. Getting a speeding in the pits and a pit penalty. That's unfortunate as Matthew Marin goes and gets on through. Sonny Soljovic is going to go ahead and keep on going as well. A good amount of GT3 cars here trying to jockey for position, trying to go ahead, as we're already about halfway through the race here in Lakeland, Florida. Philip Keyser now getting a good run onto the Porsche just up ahead. He's going to go and try to find an angle. There's not really a clear line through because, as I know you know, because you have more experience with ovals than I do, but even I know that trying to get a pass done on an oval isn't as always as easy as it seems. It's not just turn left better than the guy ahead of you to get through. You have to really find a good lane, whether it's the high lane or the low lane, and you got to just try to go for it, but it's very easy to close the door.
It really is, but it's a lot of fun at the same time to just watch how these drivers handle these ovals and kind of run their way through as we are racing into the evening now. As a note here, here's your weather conditions. It's now 7:51 p.m. There's a lot of spins are happening in a lot of places there. And I didn't catch who that was. I'm going to take a roll of the dice and say it's Dwight Hibbs. And it was. Look at him rolling backwards there. As Dwight Hibbs is now going to pull through and boop. And back onto the road. That's a good way to do it. And Paul Nye comes through. I mean, for Dwight Hibbs, again, 100%, 1,010%. Great move going through. As yeah, that's the 51 of Peridotto taking the
Hail Melon approach.
That's a line. That's a decision.
I mean, I can promise you there was some. I think there was one racing game that I played. I think it was the Crew 2. It was either the Crew 2 or the Crew 1, one of those Ubisoft titles, where you could just do the entire oval in like a Porsche 935, and you could just ride the walls, and you get like a ludicrous amount of speed out of it. I want to say it's the first game, but you could absolutely do exactly what Cody Peridotto was doing. I mean, I remember it blew up in NASCAR about 2, maybe 3 years ago with the melon farmer going ahead and just sending the move.
I want to say that is a Ross Chastain style move.
Yes, it was. And actually, I think it ended up being called the Hail Melon.
Yeah, probably should be. Absolutely wild. I love that now we've tuned in on him. He's like sort of stopped doing it. And as soon as we cut away, he's going to do it again. But no, there it is again. All right.
It's working.
That explains the 14-second plus lead that has come out against Aiden Garcia. Because that is... who was that? Hold on. Was that Maxwell? That was Maxwell down there. I don't know who the GT was, but yeah, there's tons of chaos happening all across this track. If you can't tell, as that is the number 54 of Kylan Bruce, who is bothering to flash his lights. As yeah, we have the melon going around the high line there, just going through, and everybody just letting him go. I'm sure nobody else has decided to follow this at this point.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. I'm honestly really surprised we haven't seen one of the GT3s attempted yet. maybe some point, maybe one of them will be listening in on the broadcast and in a GT3 car will attempt to go ahead and ride the walls as a alternate method. I mean, there's taking a high line and then taking the highest line humanly possible. I'm pretty sure that would probably be penalized if this was a points-paying race, but like we've said a dozen times, it's a fun race. These drivers can have fun. They can goof around, do some silly shenanigans that they can't get away with during the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, and it's so much fun to do, honestly, when you can get away with crazy stuff like this. Everyone just needs that break. That's the thing. When you think about the season as a whole, like, it gets competitive, it gets stressful, you know, drivers get penalties they agree or disagree with. Is now we've got GT3s running that high line going through. All the drivers just kind of deserve this sort of fun break to hang out and just enjoy as they go. So, I mean, again, big shout out to Zach Nerney for having the idea of this race. I do believe that he is the one who kind of originally suggested this and said, hey, this should be a thing we should do for fun, and kind of helped organize everything. So big shout out to Zach here as we hit 30 to go. This time by as the number 93, like a weapon, Wyatt Kennedy sends it through.
Indeed. Am I also the only one that thinks that Zachary Nerney's livery kind of reminds me of the Peugeot 9X8 hypercar that runs into the World Endurance Championship, is now running straight to the wall and punted the overall champion of Cody Perodato, and that car is cooked momentarily. Then he just back out of the circuit and gets absolutely spun like a Beyblade around.
Whoa.
It's like
You know what's bad is Wineland just has to wait for someone to punt him. There it is. There's the help to get back going.
Wait.
Oh my God.
Oh. Wait. Yeah, there we go. There we go. He's back.
Okay.
Spike is no longer upside down.
I said I wasn't going to run any... Eric Wineland got an off track for that, by the way. I said I wasn't going to run replays, but I want to tune back a little bit and find out exactly how Eric Wineland did this. So I believe this is where it started. Oh, Eric Wineland punted Cody Perodato, and then...
Shoot, Bink.
I believe I can fly.
That's like a crash from like the 2008 Speed Racer movie.
All right, last replay I'm going to play, and then we're going back live pictures here. Yeah, there it is. So Nerney and Kennedy just hit each other, and apparently we've missed something else big going on because Derek Rice... Yeah, okay, the race has officially devolved. We've officially hit Cuckoo for Cocoa Puff season, and Eric Wineland... I hate to tell you, I love how everyone is instinctively swerving, forgetting that they could just... Yeah, there we go. That was David Moore. So Eric got flipped and then got hit again and sent back upside down. That is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
And then hit again.
Oh.
And then hit again. And another one.
DJ
Khaled bites the spike. Is another one gonna hit the spike?
Oh, 100%. There it is.
Yep.
Aaron Clayball.
That was a Chick-fil-A car too. He took pleasure in hitting that spike strip. I am so mad I didn't think about that pun until just now.
I believe that is Wyatt Kennedy, who again broke his car. Okay, we have more carnage going on. Kel Hagen going through. I almost feel like I need to just set this on like a static cam. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, baby.
All right.
That's what we've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Whoop.
Officially, everyone has snapped. We're at like 20-ish laps to go, and I think everyone's officially lost their marbles.
They've had enough turning left, and they want to turn right into someone.
Let's see what the 54 does here. What is the plan for the 54? clean rejoin. Okay.
Is it bad that I'm actually slightly disappointed he didn't cause more chaos on the rejoin?
No.
Am I a bad person for that?
No, I was kind of thinking it too. I was like, that could have been a really wild rejoin, but it wasn't. As now we see cars going through. That is the 02 of Eric Wineland, giving that 053 of Philip Keyser ladies and gentlemen in the industry, we call that a bump and run. However, I think I would call that a murder.
It'll buff out.
Oh, absolutely here. We go through 20 laps to go. Cody Perodato leads by 8.5 seconds currently over Matthew Marin. Let's see if that lead contracts, expands, goes sideways. That is the 54 yet again of Kylan Bruce through. Is right as I cut the shot, Eric Wineland is again missing a front bumper and now has a front bumper. And
now he has a chance to go airborne again.
I'm going to look because I think all the admin are sitting in a chat together, so you know that they're talking crap. Garcia, Hibbs, Paul Nye, Wyatt Kennedy, Zach
Boop. I mean, I've never seen this much spin jitsu coming out of a Chick-fil-A themed car in, ever.
I actually don't know how to feel. This is kind of throwing me off. This is getting wild.
This is what a lot of people assume the average NASCAR race is kind of like sometimes. I mean, to some extent it's partially true, but it's even funnier here because these are cars that are not meant to be turning exclusively left. So this is... I mean, it throws me off too sometimes because I know normally we would have been losing our marbles at this incident if it was a regular race here, and Elbows out racing, and there's a LP2 going airborne. And Cody Perodato's he is literally just him. He's just ore farming at this point, as the kids say.
So I've realized that the 54 and the 95 very clearly have some beef with each other because they keep sending things through and absolutely punting each other back and forth time after time. There was the 93 of Wyatt Kennedy off track yet again going through.
These packages are getting very delayed.
Did you see Philip Keyser there in the background just get absolutely sent by, I believe it was Daniel Pinero as they go through? Yeah, this is the carnage we signed up for right here. Side by side though, for position, Kel Hagen, Aiden Garcia go through, and it is Hagen ahead of Garcia now, even though I don't think anyone's really counting positions to a point. Brandon Burns, who likes the worst college football team on the planet that you could like, goes through. And let's see here if he can get past Andre Wedderburn as he goes through. He's trying, he's doing something. And was that Eric Wineland again? I saw off up on the wall. It wasn't. I don't know who that was then.
I think it was a GT3.
I'm somehow glad there's only 12 laps to go because my blood pressure can't take much more.
I mean, this is public lobby shenanigans, and I am just now noticing that Aaron Claybaugh has a Luigi helmet. So I mean, no wonder he's throwing red shell, green shell, blue shells, every shell in the book, trying to go ahead and try to win this Mario Kart style. And that's the checkered flag.
We ran out of time before we ran out of laps. So Cody Perodato is going to come across and can take bragging rights on winning this run here. I'm scared to see what everyone... Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Go. That is what I paid for.
The spectators are getting so many souvenirs from this. Just so many body panels. Just getting... Oh my god.
Yeah, this is what I paid for. Just, yeah, look at that backstretch.
Just chaos. It looks like I-95 on a random Wednesday afternoon.
It looks like I-75 literally any time because they constantly do road work.
Oh my! Well, I guess I know Aston Martin recently just released baby strollers, but I guess they're now launching a space program too.
I'm just not going to say anything. I'm going to turn on some music and let this go. Like, I don't know what you say to this.
I mean, hey, they had a fun season, and now they're having a fun race, just having fun beating the snot out of each other. I mean, I don't know what else you would like to see here at probably the most hilarious race of, well, I would say the season, but it's technically the off-season, but still probably the most hilarious race I've ever covered.
I would like to be clear, this is called Elbows Out Racing, so we kind of do ask for this. Very clearly a lot of drivers happy with their performance in this race to some degree.
They're getting elbows out more than Prime Brock Lesnar.
Andre Wedderburn, what have you done here? What? Now that's a friend. That's a friend coming through. Daniel Pinero saying, hey, let me get you back out of this hole you put yourself in.
Andre, you can't park there, sir. Paul and I, you can't park there, guy.
And Nerney just took out Nye.
Playing volleyball out here with cars.
All right. I don't have a good off for this one. Cody Perodotto wins. Seth Gosnell wins. But let's be honest, I think we all won at the end of the day with this one. I don't think this is one where you really say, oh, he won, he won. I think we all won with this one. So I'm not even going to bother to worry about the winner because we all win. This has been great. This has been beyond great. I have nothing else to say.
This has just been so much fun to watch. I mean, I think the drivers are having more fun now in this post-race session than they might have had in the regular race. As we just see the front right wheel just get absolutely shredded. As we see very good toge skills here.
I'm just enjoying for a minute. I don't have much else to say or add to this broadcast. We're not necessarily going to stress interviews. We're just going to let this go. Hello, Zach. Welcome to the booth, sir.
Hey, can you go to me a couple of minutes ago? Like, right when you switched off me?
Let me see if I can.
There was just something that happened that I really want to catch from your POV.
All right.
It was after the carnage. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We'll check that out after the broadcast. We're going to wrap this one up really quick. Patrick, any final thoughts here?
I want to just thank all the drivers for partaking in this event. A massive thank you to Zach and Ernie for going ahead and getting this all set up. It was a lot of fun, really funny to watch, really hilarious, and I'm so glad that somebody had the grand idea to do this format of race. It was really enjoyable. I'll definitely have to watch this back anytime that I'm feeling down and I need someone to cheer me up. I'll just watch when 27 drivers who are normally very serious and very fast-paced decide to just let the restraints go and just have fun with it.
Yeah, this was so much fun, honestly. But we're going to send this one into the sunset, and I'm just going to let it be on this static picture. So on behalf of everyone here, we hope you enjoyed your Week 13 fun. Next week, the seriousness restarts at Sebring. Sunday, of course, Triple Bypass Racing comes back. So be sure to join us for the next one. Good night.